chase them, then no money they go.
Hi everybody, welcome back.
Hello, yeah, welcome back to our channel. If you're new to this channel, this is Sam Inoga and the Three Akapoops. We thank you guys for all the comments and the likes and the sharing, and we encourage you guys to keep doing that.
All the new subscriptions, thank you
There you go.
everybody.
Yeah. However, today, we're back with a new video, as we promised you guys on the previous video that we did. That we're going to be back with our stranger. Previous video, we talked about or touched on our main weaknesses that we have, of each other, and we elaborated, some of these points. Today, we're here with the strength, of course, that supersedes all. So today, I am so happy to tell you guys the wonderful things about this beautiful lady sitting beside me, who I'm so fortunate and so happy and so thankful to call her my wife.
I'm gonna be blushing a lot during this video.
Which is true. I am dead serious here. So anyway, we're here to bring you some of this strengths, so that it would
don't want to
encourage
just
a lot of
talk about the weaknesses and leave it at that. So we'll also talk about our strengths, and hopefully it'll be fun for you and it will be fun for us.
Exactly.
And fortunately, when we made our list of strengths, it was longer than the list of weaknesses, so that's always a plus.
And it has to be. It has to be.
Anyway.
I mean, the strength should always, or the positive should always outweigh the negative, so which is a big plus. All right, so she wanted me to go first, so I will go first.
Well, how we did in the first video, we kind of went through each weakness one at a time and then elaborated on it. But because even that video, even though we only had like 2 or 3 weaknesses each, it went like over half an hour. So this time around, we decided we're just gonna read all of the strengths all at once and then elaborate on maybe 1 or 2 of them. Right? So anyway, you go first.
So let's get into it. Now, the very, very first thing that attracts me about her, or again, the strength that she has that really, really attracts me, is she's very, very forgiving. She does not hold grudges. Guys, that is one thing I have been struggling to be like her. Like, I want to be able to let go of things so easy like she does it. She eases into it, and I'm always struggling, and I always tell her, look, I like, just because you have this, it just makes me love you the more, because it's something, because you have that as a strength, it actually empowers and encourages me, it motivates me. She teaches me a lot with that. It goes a long way. Forgiving is a very, very tough thing. Very, very, very tough thing. So if you have a partner that has that quality, it's amazing to actually tap into that and kind of siphon a little bit of that, and also from an educational standpoint, to actually get to know or use that to your advantage as well. But it's something I'm still working on now.
You've gotten a lot better.
Like, honestly, she's taught me so much, like, within the past years we've been together, and I am still going strong with that. So that's one thing that it actually attracts me so well about her. Now, the second thing is this is even big, her humility. She is so humble. Like, the way you see her right now, that's exactly what you're going to see if you see her in person. I mean, her humility amazes me, like, I don't know what to say.
You're not supposed to elaborate on each, so just keep going.
Yeah, she is so humble to the very, like, and as you can tell from my reactions, that it says it all. The next point I like to touch on is the how open-minded she is. Now, this is very big for me because usually, I think for me, in my opinion, a lot of the reasons why relationships, usually don't tend to last is when both of you or one of you is closed-minded and you're not open-minded, because
So set in your ways.
yeah, when you're closed-minded, that means you're set in your ways. When you're open-minded, you allow room to understand. You put yourself in the other person's shoes to kind of like get a feel of why he thinks that way, why he do things in certain ways, and that way, and it brings more clarity to
You grow.
Yeah.
Right? You grow like that.
Exactly. So open-minded is one of the main big things in a relationship. If you have that, you'll be rocking. And again, I'm blessed to have all that, and all these strengths or qualities, positive qualities about her that I'm just listing, guys, are things that I'm actually experiencing and enjoying from her. She has all this. We're not making things up. She has all. And sometimes, honestly, when I look at all these strengths or qualities that she possesses, it even humbles me. Like it makes me humble and blessed at the same time. And I take it and run with it. The next one is she's very, very tolerant. She takes in a lot. How would I put it? She's not surfaced. Like she doesn't get upset easily.
Well, I get upset. I don't get angry.
Yeah, like she
mad, I don't get mad.
she can take in a lot. It takes her a lot before you see her in that that level of
I'm losing it.
yeah, she's losing it or upset or angry or whatever. However, even at that level, that brings me to my next point. She's very, very, very forgiving. She can be mad at you right now, and the next minute
I forgot what
she's forgotten.
what we
She's
thought
just
about. Yeah.
this is like, I guess that's what I touched on the first point. Yeah, she just easily like that forgives, and it's amazing.
It's way too exhausting being mad at
Yeah,
someone.
it's just amazing. That spirit that she has, in all these in all these qualities that I'm mentioning or listing, has taught me a lot, and I am learning so much from her. And yeah, I have nothing to say than to say how blessed I am to have found her. The next point is she defies stereotypes. This is true. She does not go with so for example, how they say, oh, all black people are this, all black people are this, all black those typical stereotypes that you guys know out there about blacks. She defies all of them, even including her own family. Like the parents think a certain way about blacks. She goes and proves them wrong and say, hey, look, it's not like that.
The thing is, I don't I don't talk.
Yeah.
This is what you want to think. You can think
Yeah.
that, because the thing is with stereotypes, it's a decision that you make, that you want to believe this.
That.
Yeah, and I cannot sit and talk you out of this, right? So what I do is, okay, if that's what you want to believe, fine. But that's not going to change my decision of wanting to be with him or to do things with him. So I just go ahead and I live my life for them, for you, whoever, right? To just sit back and just watch.
Yeah.
And when the results are there, they speak for themselves. I don't have to do any talking. So
And that's what it is. And when I say, that point, speaks for itself, defying stereotypes, and she does that so well. Where you think she would, if you are expecting her to go a certain direction, she goes the opposite. because she hates it.
Because
Like,
mainstream is boring.
yeah,
And,
she really hates it.
and same shit. And
yeah.
to think what everybody thinks
know.
and stuff like that. It's just.
And there's something that is to be believed in the so-called stereotype. She wants to find it out for herself. She wants to be the one
Because I honestly.
to delve in and find things out.
Because I honestly, right from the get-go, with stereotypes is one of those things. I just automatically, by default, do not believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I get into it, most of the time I am right. Not all the time.
But
Honestly,
most of
I
the
do
time,
have to
yeah.
say some stereotypes, there is a reason for them to come forward, right?
Yeah.
Or to be spread. But most of the time, they are not true. And it's great when you're right, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So so that's what she does. She defies it, and because of that, she's been able to ease into all this, stereotype things that people would find and be running away from. Oh, this is a black guy. I'm running away. I'm scared. No.
It's not just black people. Honestly, this quality, the stereotype one, I didn't even know this about myself. It was actually my sister's boyfriend who brought that up for the first time. I remember last year, my sister and her boyfriend came to visit us from Canada.
Actually, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And we went for a walk by this castle where we used to live. And we had to hide from the rain. And there was this walkway, and it was covered by these vines, right? So we were hiding there, and everybody who was outside was hiding there from the rain. And there were these three guys, completely punkish looking guys with piercings, crazy tattoos, black hair, like emo looking people, right? And you could totally tell that everybody was avoiding them. Everyone was avoiding them. But we had to pass them in order to get where we're going. And everybody was passing, kind of making a loop, but I just kept going like normal. And these guys approached me and were telling me how cute my babies are. And I talked to them like normal. And I said, all these people walking by, why are they approaching me out of everyone?
Yeah.
And then it was my sister's boyfriend that says, yeah, because you like to defy stereotypes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think that's
And it's true.
And it's not just that particular moment. Going back to Canada, right? I was going out with people that for some reason nobody else wanted to be friends with. And I don't know why. They were great people. Yeah, or this one girl, for example, she didn't dress quite appropriately, right? For her body type. But, I mean, that's her decision, right? I don't care. That doesn't, how a person chooses to dress, it has nothing to do with their character. This is Julius. Hello. Say hello. Sag hallo. Yeah, maybe später.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was going out with that girl. Yeah, exactly. And then another friend came up to me and says, why do you hang out with her? Look at how she even dresses, how she presents herself. People are going to think that you are just like her. And I said, excuse me? I said, first of all, I don't care how she dresses, that's her decision, right? And for people to think whatever they're thinking, that's their problem. I don't care what they are thinking, yeah? So yeah, I mean, it's stories like that.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, when this, my sister's boyfriend mentioned that, I said, you know what, I think you're right. And I think people who are different and would fit into some kind of stereotypical group, I think I can smell that off of me somehow, because I get approached by them almost every time, which is cool, because that also, for me, it proves that the stereotypes is not really true most of the time, so it's really cool.
Anyway, the next point is she's so caring. Yeah, as for the caring nature, she came with it. God gave her, and again, guys, I'm enjoying every bit of all that. She's very, 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 very caring. There's not much I can elaborate on that. The last point, but certainly not the least, is how respectful she is. So, guys, she's very respectful. She's got all this. Like, I am not making things up. That is for real. For real, for real, for real. She's humble, she's respectful, she's caring, she's forgiving, she's very tolerant, and she defies stereotypes. These are all so far the main qualities that I happen to, list about her. So I guess it's your turn now.
All right. So I'll try to go through it quick because
Yeah.
I actually have more on my list than he does for me.
Yeah, you have to, because we don't want to also.
So basically, the first one that I noted was that he doesn't hold anything back when it comes to contributing to another person's potential, especially with me. He saw my potential that I didn't even see. And he did not hold, or does not to this day hold anything back in encouraging me to go for anything and everything, to not give up and try this and try that. And he's really, really puts fire under my butt. And you can tell it's because he sees so much in you that you don't even see yourself, and he will not give up on you, never. And that is one of the main strengths that he has. That is even, he's stronger in that sense than even I am, because when I think about something to do for myself, I'm thinking, it's just for me, it's not worth it. Why should I do stuff just for my benefit? But then he comes in and says, it's important to take care of yourself and, and fulfill your potential, right? So he's always been there to put fire under my butt. He is a go-getter. That kind of goes with his weakness that he is too intense, but at the same time it's also a positive, because if he sees something that he wants, he will get it. It might take him some time, it might not be right away, but he will get it. And it's so funny, ever since we were together, if he sets his eye on something or he has a goal, he'll say one day. And his one day means maybe tomorrow. It's usually quicker than you would think. So he really is a go-getter. He's very self-aware and doesn't take any nonsense. And I can make a whole video just on stories that I can tell you that he would tell me from people who tried to mess with him at work. Workplaces where you most of the time run into this cultural, racial profiling and people not taking him seriously because he's quiet, he keeps to himself, and he's nice. Yeah, a lot of the times being nice is being misconceived, or is a misconception that they're either stupid or dumb, or they are,
like the saying that goes, your leniency becomes your weakness. They take your leniency to be your weakness. And
Exactly.
that's exactly what she's talking about. Yeah.
But when these people get to him enough and he lets it all out, either one of two things will happen. It's either they become his best friends or they leave him alone for good.
I always say that. It's always two things that happen.
I think we should make a video on that.
Maybe we should.
Because the stories are so amazing. Like he really stands up for himself, and he does not take any kind of injustice. So he's very strong when it comes to those things. He knows who he is, and he's not afraid to let that shine through. Another strength is that he really says his mind. He doesn't really care what people think. If this is what he thinks and this is what he believes, he will say it, and not just because he thinks that that's what people want to hear, but because it's the truth.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the next point, which is he's brutally honest. If he says, this shirt makes you fat, then it makes me look fat. So what do? I go and I grab another shirt out of the closet. He's just brutally honest, which is good, because if I would have walked out with that shirt, everybody would think I look fat. So it's better for him to tell me that, right? Another one is, oh my goodness, his cooking skills. That is one of the biggest strengths, because it's one of my biggest weaknesses, because I am totally not into cooking. Which is also another point that he doesn't how do I call it? Like he's very self-aware and doesn't take anybody's nonsense, basically, because a lot of people, a lot of Africans especially, when they are with a woman, it's a prerequisite basically that she has to know how to cook. So I'm really happy that he doesn't fall under that, because I don't have that much.
Yeah,
Not that I can't cook. I just don't want to do it. I don't like it. So he's the main cook of the house, and man, does he have skills. He would just do his prep cooking, and the whole place smells delicious already without him actually even having to do anything. So yeah, he's a great cook. Just a second. I just have to give him something to play. Yeah. He's messing up my phone. So great cook.
Yeah,
big strength of his.
That's this aspect of the strength that she just mentioned about the cooking part. Yeah, that's the part that even a lot of my friends, they don't know that aspect about me. I don't know, but
yeah, because
like when you look at me, there's nothing that tells you that I cook. And I
because
mean,
you don't talk about it.
I don't
You
talk about
post
it.
about it. You don't show
yeah.
off with it like, ooh, I cook. You don't do any of
But
that. You don't talk about
I
it.
cook all the major, Guinean or African dishes.
African dishes, yeah.
That
We have been in Germany for almost 3 years,
Yeah.
and I think I have cooked maybe one meal in 3 years. He has been cooking all of the meals, and even if he goes away, for work for 1 or 2 weeks, he will cook 2, 3, 4 dishes ahead of time, and we'll put them in the freezer or something. So honestly, I am so blessed to have this great cook in the house. It's amazing. Even the kids, they love watching him cook. So when Daddy cooks, everybody's happy. So another strength is that he puts himself in other people's shoes, and he will treat a situation based on that, So if a friend comes with a problem, then he really tries to find a solution based on what that person really is going through, because he really, really does put himself into that person's shoes, and evaluates the situation and calculates out what would be the best thing to do. And that's one thing that he's always, since I've known him, he's been like that, and he's done that. Another one is so he doesn't get distracted by like the outside world or other people, right? He doesn't get influenced by the masses or by his peers. Yeah, like I said, if he was influenced by his peers, I don't think we'd be dating. So he doesn't get distracted by that, and he really knows himself. He knows what he wants. He knows what he needs, and that's what he goes for, and there's no one who can convince him otherwise, because nobody knows him better than yourself, right? And he is not jealous. That man is not jealous at all, which is a good thing. Because I mean, for us, there's no need for jealousy, and there really hasn't been. But the reason why I wanted to bring up this strength is because I've had friends where their boyfriends wouldn't even allow them to have male contacts on their phone, and they go through their phones, and they go through their Facebook friends, and they delete everybody that's male. And I don't know, to me that's kind of psychotic, because we've always said to each other, just because we are married or we're together doesn't mean that all other people of the opposite sex are now gone or dead or whatever, right? This is just ridiculous. Like, I remember when we first started dating, and we went to this club where we met, and I ran into my ex. So we saw each other, oh hi, how are you? And so we started talking, and the music was so loud that I decided, okay, let's go somewhere so that we let's go somewhere else so that we can talk, and not be distracted by the music, because really we couldn't hear anything. So we just went a little bit off to the side, and he was telling me his friend that was with him was going mad over the fact that I went with my ex to a different place or area. And Sam said to him, but hey, they're just talking, what's the big deal? And then the friend, what did he say? like, what if she goes home with him or something like that?
Yeah,
What
something
if
like
she-
something
yeah,
like that.
What if he takes her or something? And then he just said to him, well, then I guess she's just not the right girl for me.
That's
and
it.
that's it.
That's it.
Like, there was the...
Just that simple.
What's the point of trying to force something if it's not there?
Yeah.
But in our case, it was there. So there was also no reason for him to freak out. I'm just talking, right? So, he's very reasonable. And one time, even an old friend of mine who happened to be a guy was in town where I was going to school. He messaged me, and when he decided he wanted to take me home. So he took me home. Sam knew about it, he had no problem with that. You know, stuff like that. And when I told my friends about it, though, I had this, my buddies coming to take me home. Oh, they were so like, really? And Sam is okay with that? You know, like, and I'm like, why shouldn't he be okay with that? Like, seriously. Yeah, so it's good that I don't have to worry about him being worried about me doing some shit. Right?
There you go.
Yeah. So those are some of the strengths.
So yeah, guys.
And what I really want to say about that, all of those strengths that we have had that, like, we already kind of come with that package. And it's not something that we said that, okay, now I'm with this person, I want that person to be a good cook, so now you have to be a good cook, right? And that's why, because whatever we were looking for in the relationship, we already had, which is why I think it's working so well. I don't have to change him or anything like that, right? So, because I used to always say to people, a relationship does take work, but not work to the point where you're not happy and you are exhausted, just working. It should not be that hard. And I think it's because I know for myself that everything I was looking for, I found in him. So there was not much work to be done, right? It just kind of worked itself out, and is working itself out. So that's what we wanted to say with that, right?
Yes, that's
26 minutes.
yeah.
27.
7 actually. Yeah. So guys, yeah, that's basically the strengths that we have for each other. The previous video was the weaknesses, like I said, where I fall short. She comes in, fills that up. She doesn't use my weakness against me. I don't use her weakness against her. We actually do the opposite of it. So I know that is her weakness. I lift her up, and that motivate, push, support. Does the same thing to me, and that's how we roll. That's how we've kept this beautiful union, flaming. So yeah, guys, I guess we'll just wrap up here, and as always,
thank you for watching. Leave your comments down below. We're always happy to read your comments. They're always great.
Exactly.
If you have questions, requests for other topics, please let us know.
And we would like to also know what you guys think. So please leave the comments below, and let's know what you guys think. And if there's any video topics you'd like us to also touch on or do, please leave it down, and we'll get to it. Okay.
Juliet, can you say bye? Can you say bye?
So the next video.
Say choose.
Choose.
Cheers. Aww. So good. So, bis zum
Alright.
nächsten Mal, babes.
Exactly.
Tschüss.
Bye.
My